Hi everyone, this is Kevin England from the Northwest New Jersey Beekeepers Association. I'm sitting here with Alyssa from the American Beekeepers Federation. She is the American Honey Queen for 2012. We're at S&F Honey Farms and we thought we'd take a minute and just have a quick conversation about her trip here to New Jersey. So welcome to New Jersey.
Thank you.
So Alyssa, it's been an interesting week for you. Our objective was to bring you in and help us promote beekeeping at our county fair, which is at Hunterdon County in Ringoes, New Jersey, and you've been doing that, but there's quite a few things that have been going on this week for you, and we're going to cover off a couple of them. But first off, you're helping us promote beekeeping at our booth that we have where we're doing live bee demos and stuff. How's your week been going?
Well, it's been a busy week. Other than just spending time at the booth, I have been touring the fairgrounds as well. I was able to step into the 4-H animal judging and announce my stay at the fair and invite some of the fair goers over to the booth as well. I also got roped into a goat milking competition. First time I've milked a goat, and hopefully not the last.
I heard you did really well milking the goat.
We milked right into a sponge, and then we had to relay it across the room and try to fill a bucket. So wasn't what I expected when I thought I'd be selling honey all week at the fair, but it was a pleasant experience. Yeah,
so our county fair is a lot of fun, and last night was Friday night. The fireworks went off. The place was extremely busy, and we got to do quite a few demos, and you're also, you're actually in the bee cage doing the hands-on, showing the folks what's inside the beehives and doing some demonstrations. Let's talk about that.
Right, well, I put my suit on just because I'm a little bit more sensitive to bee stings, but I assisted Bob Kloss. We were inside of the, what do we want to call it, inside of the booth there.
Yeah.
We opened up the hive in front of the crowd, and boy, does that draw the people in. People are just really enthused, especially when they can see all of the parts of the hive right there in front of them. Now, when we're not doing the open hive demos, we do have an observation hive at the booth as well. So most of my time is spent there pointing out the queen and answering questions about what we're seeing under the glass. So I have had a lot of opportunities to work directly with the bees at the fair.
And you're also doing demonstrations on how to use honey in cooking.
Right, well, we made honey lemonade last night, and that really drew in the crowd as well. I had a little girl take the first sip, and I thought, oh, I hope she likes it. And she said it was delicious, so that went over very well. And you can find the recipe online. If you go to honey.com and search honey lemonade,
yes,
water, lemon juice, and honey, very easy.
So you're promoting beekeeping around the United States, and you've been, shall I say, everywhere. From our conversations last night of places that you've been and places that you'll be going, you have quite an ambitious schedule this summer.
Well, this is my 16th state so far, and I was selected in January, and since that time I've been going to at least one different state every month. But for the past 6 weeks it's been a very packed schedule with county fairs and state fairs, local fairs all across the country. I'm here just for a few short days, 5 days, but I'm back on the road again tomorrow morning flying out to Minnesota.
Wow. And it's an early flight from what I understand, so never, no rest for the weary, as they say. So you're the American Honey Queen, but you started off as a state queen and you hail from Monongahela,
yes,
Pennsylvania. So you were first the Pennsylvania queen and then you got promoted. Can you talk about how the program works and how you got to be the queen for 2012?
Sure. Well, I started out as the Pennsylvania Honey Queen, and as a state queen you were eligible to compete for the national title. So from what I understand, we do have a New Jersey Honey Queen program. Maybe we will have a New Jersey Honey Queen compete for the title in a few years. That would be something.
That would be great.
But the requirements at the state level and the national level were very similar. You don't necessarily have to come from a beekeeping family or have much hands-on experience, but that is very helpful. My father runs about 150 colonies right now, so I did get some training early on. But they ask a lot of questions about general knowledge. You have to have a very in-depth knowledge of not only beekeeping, but the honey industry, ways you can use honey for cooking, for wound care, for cosmetics, just so much. But I had to write an essay on a honey-related topic, and I chose to write about the medical benefits or health benefits of honey. There was a 3-minute marketing presentation on the subject of beeswax this year, and then an interview with a panel of judges that makes the final decision. And that whole process takes place during the North American Beekeeping Conference and Trade Show. This year that was in Las Vegas, Nevada, but next year it's in the Northeast, very close, in Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Hershey, Pennsylvania.
I hope to see a lot of New Jersey beekeepers at the conference.
And I'm guessing you will. So when you're out promoting the American Beekeeping Federation, you're educating people on the industry and the honey and the beekeepers, you have objectives this year, not only to participate in county fairs, but to do other types. And I know you had talked to me about certain metrics that you were trying to meet, which are very impressive. So what do you have on the remainder of your schedule in your tenure?
Well, I have 3 goals. My first goal was to generate $100,000 in free media advertising for the American Beekeeping Federation, and we're very on target. We're at about 70,000 so far, and that's between newspaper interviews, internet articles, television and radio. So that's going very well. I had another goal of giving 150 school presentations. I'm at 48 right now, but school just started across the U.S., so I think there will be a lot of school presentations in my fall schedule. And I had another goal of creating YouTube videos. Princess Danielle and I manage the American Honeybeeing Program YouTube page, so I think I'll be sharing this link there.
Yeah, we'll be doing some of those for you. So in your media quest, something happened this week where you came over and joined us, and then you went right off to Manhattan, of all places. Tell us about what you did over there.
I went to New York just to see the city because I had never been there before. But I also emailed a few of the New York City beekeepers, the urban beekeepers, just to see if there was a possibility last minute of seeing some rooftop hives. Now, of course, many people saw in the news that there was an issue in Queens with 45 hives being removed. Of course, the beekeeper that I contacted was called to take those hives, so he didn't sleep a wink the night before. And he apologized, but he was not able to take me to see the rooftop hives. However, my host and I went to the Waldorf Astoria just to ask if we could take some photos from a higher level. And boy, the concierge there was just wonderful. They took care of us. They called the PR woman, and they actually got a hold of the executive chef of the Waldorf Astoria, and he personally took me onto the rooftop to see those 6 hives.
Wow. Wow, that's an experience.
That is
and I've seen the photos, and you know, it's funny, as a person from New Jersey, we get the news out of New York, and when you talk about beekeeping news, there's not a tremendous amount. But that is a story in New York that even us from New Jersey aspire to know about. I know that the chef has his hives up there. There's been a lot of promotion, and good for you in being able to go up there. That's really, really cool. That's
one of the unique opportunities I'm able to come across traveling the U.S. You know, as a normal person, as a regular person, I don't know if I would have been able to do that, but it was an experience for sure.
Well, it sounds like this has been the experience of a lifetime. So I have to ask you, when you're not wearing the crown and the sash, what do you do to kick back and relax? What have you done this summer besides sit on a jet plane and fly all over? Have you had any opportunity?
Oh my goodness. You know what? I actually went on vacation for 1 week, and guess where I went?
Where'd you go?
I went to Little Egg Harbor. I was in New Jersey.
New Jersey, good for you. Went down to the Jersey Shore,
I
did.
I went to relax for a week during the 4th of July before I was on tour for about, well, this is about a 3-month tour. I'm home very seldom. I took about 6 days during that time. So I went with my friends, and we sat out on the dock. I actually went out trying to catch crabs too. I don't know.
Yeah.
We had fun.
Good for you.
Very relaxing.
Well, it's really been a pleasure to talk to you. Thanks for stopping by and all that you've done for beekeeping. And us at Northwest, we've really enjoyed having you. Today is the last hurrah as you go out tomorrow, and we're going to kick out to the fair in a couple hours here, and really have a good night. And thank you again for being a part of this.
Thank you so much. I'm really enjoying it.